Aren't you a sweetie? Thank you for flying all the way up to meet me, instead of deploying some sort of scary anti-air defense missile or something of that ilk. Out of curiosity, what do you normally do with an airborne threat? Do those often occur at the base? Defense secrets. Sure. What an easy answer. Suppose it'll have to be something we eventually test. I'm just here having a simple discussion with a peer. Well, we wouldn't exactly call ourselves colleagues, would we? No bad guy stuff. My, is that how you see me? That is so unfair. Is that how you've divided our factions? With me as the villain and you as the what? The hero? How simple. You say victims. I say complaining witnesses. It's all about perception. Straight to the point, Wouldn't you prefer some more small talk before we get to business? Fine then, we can get started. A little housekeeping before I continue, though. Is anyone from your base observing us? I mean, are we free to discuss matters privately? I'd prefer if we could be perfectly candid with one another before I continue. Right. Well then, I suppose I will have to force our privacy. I'm sorry about this. But, I have in my possession a particularly damning video of our most recent encounter. You recall the one, of course. Just a bit of expertly positioned CCTV footage that might make one of your members appear, how to put this? A little less than absolutely altruistic. I've set the footage to send to every major news outlet in 3 hours. So, if anything happens to me, your team is going to be in a bit of a PR nightmare. And I imagine some of your exceptional funding may run dry. Well, I guess you're right. This might be considered a little bad guy stuff. I'm sorry I lied. Keep in mind that this tactic is something I had to resort to. I was hoping we could chat without me needing to show my hand.
She's got nothing. Just leave her there. Come back to base.
Are you wearing an earpiece? Is someone whispering something to you, my hero? Which one of you is it, huh? The girl with the mind control ability? I'm right. I guessed that because she seems like she would be relegated to being the team's walkie-talkie when she can't stare someone directly in the eye. What a sad ability. Stopped by anyone wearing glasses.
That is such bullshit. I am not useless. Leave her out there to freeze. I could go on missions if I want. I just have to get permission first.
Is that what she said? Well, she wasn't there, was she? But you and I were there, and the big guy was there. And I think that between the three of us, we all know that I'm certainly not bluffing. So, what's it gonna be, my hero?
What? Wait, what? Going dark? Wait, you're not seriously gonna...
Oh, you didn't have to throw your tech like that. But I do appreciate the show of trust. Shall we? Ambush? How cowardly. I'd never, and I resent the assumption. This is just a spot I frequent when I need to think. A little tucked-away cabin just for me. Why don't you go take a seat right there, next to the monitor? Oh, are we so cozy that you can request a drink in my abode? You don't seem to be in much of a hurry to keep that footage from leaking. You've come all this way already and you still don't trust that I have it? Well then, why don't I confirm the video for you? There's no sound, which is fortunate for your team, and I'll show you why. So this here is right when your boss and my boss were about to start... Fine, he's not your boss. You just answer his every beck and call, right? Your leader, or whatever you call him. Anyway, this is right before they started causing all of that devastation downtown. Billions of dollars of infrastructure gone in a matter of moments. And this is the part where I want you to pay exceptionally close attention. I hope it's okay if I lean over you to point this out, may I? Thank you. It's right here. That's you, isn't it? And the picture can so clearly see the way your mouth forms the words. You can't fight here. They will die. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is when the world's heroic savior responds, "So they die. Leave them and assist me." And then he flies off without you. And of course, there you are, taxiing civilians out of the debris. Sure, you can say that. I'm sure a lot of people might argue the same thing, actually. But the important fact of the matter is that the seed of doubt would already be planted. I don't believe it would be far-fetched for many people to start coming to the same truthful conclusion about your great leader. The fact that he doesn't care about anything other than his own selfish desires, of course. He only cares about his own ego. He was willing to allow hundreds of people to die in order to exact revenge on someone who may have been connected to the death of his partner. How is that a justifiable use of his power? There's no proof of my employer being connected to that murder, hero, and you know it. There is proof of your boss's insincerity, however, right here on the screen. I don't really have any demands, my hero. I suppose I just want to know why. Why you saved those people instead of helping your boss. Surely your assistance would have guaranteed a victory for your team. So why bother with the civilians at all? That's right. Because you're one of the good guys, isn't it? You're one of the good guys who leave the city in shambles over a personal dispute. You're part of that team of really good guys that weaponized that technology that was originally intended to heal people. The good guys who experimented on you, right? The ones that really wanted to thoroughly investigate your abilities. Those good guys? Really take a look back over the past few years, hero. What has your team actually accomplished? There is still world hunger, still war. You haven't even neutralized the apparent threat that my group poses to you all. Come on, do you really feel as if you're doing any actual good in the world? You can prance around in a cape, you can fight incredible battles, and use all of your prowess to quell encroaching menaces, but at the end of the day, you still have to answer to a man who asked you to let others die to serve his own vanity. What happened when you returned to base that day? Was he particularly angry with you? Unsurprising. And did he ruin your base with his tantrum? So predictable. Why endure such disrespect, my darling hero? You were meant for something much greater than this. You were not meant to rot in a compound, waiting on another person to make an ill-informed and hasty decision. Yes. I mean, why reduce another city to ashes due to the knee-jerk response of an irritable ally when you could be? No, I don't know, hero. When you could be making your own choices. Putting your faith in yourself to determine the greater good for all, unshackled from the restraints of an unhinged tyrant, and pursuing your own desires. You don't want to level a metropolis. You want to save its people. Right. Well, there are a few options you could take. You could go solo, or you could join me. No, actually. Not with the organization. I find that I have outgrown them in the same way that you may have outgrown yours. They are too fussed with their own egos to focus on the big picture anymore. It seems that no one wants to really consider the greater good. But you do, hero. You want what I want. We just have different approaches, is all. But imagine what we could accomplish together. Just think of how swiftly we could execute our decision-making if it's just the two of us. We would shape the future into something incredible for all of our world citizens. Think back, my dear hero. Consider all of my actions in the past. Nothing I've done has led to any loss of life. Well, at least directly. I've merely been a positive disruption in the world. My employer is the one with blood on his hands. You can't recall it all, and I truly haven't. I've only gathered a poor reputation due to the company I currently keep. See? It's all about perception. You don't have to waste so much time deliberating, hero. I know that you're going to join me. Well, you're going to join me because you want me. You can barely get the words out to defend yourself. That's so sweet. Do you mind if I take a seat here? Yes, on your lap. You see, I've noted the way we engage in battle, you and I. You are never truly exercising your full capabilities with me. And then there was that one time. Remember? You had me pinned, and our faces were merely moments apart from one another. Just like they are now. You could have captured me, but you chose to fly off. You know, I've always loved this little curl in your hair. Oh, do you need more proof? There's the way your eyes roam over me every time we meet. And how they're fixated on the way my lips are moving at this very moment. Should I lean forward so that they might meet yours? Our partnership could be more than professional, my dear hero. We could be electric. Have I been convincing enough? It feels as if your initial suspicions have worn off. You seem less resistant to my point of view now. And what's that? A fair question. I could offer you assurances, or we could just trust one another. I don't think I've ever given you a reason to doubt me. I've been direct in my desires. I knew you'd been observant of me. Have my actions been to your liking? Well, it's certainly starting to feel that way. I can give you my word that all decisions will be made equally. Exceptional choice. I knew you'd see it my way. If you have an idea on how to begin our alliance, I'd love to know. I should let the video go live. Are you certain? I'm not sure there would be any coming back from that, my hero. Well then, what a bold way to start. What should we call our new alliance? With all the red in your suit, maybe we should call ourselves Crimson and Cleaver. Hi, it's Clover, and you might hear a dog barking neighbor's dog. Anyway, big thank you for listening to this script. Some background. This was actually supposed to be a totally different script, but I misinterpreted someone's request, and then by the time I went back to check the request, I was like, oh, this is totally not what you asked for, but you know what, it's written and it's going out. I got a little carried away. Also, some other background. I am not. I got rid of my Netflix subscription about 3 years ago, and then I got rid of my other Disney Plus subscription, and I've kind of been subscription free for a while because I wanted to read more, and that's worked, but it's also made me really worried that I'm going to accidentally copy an existing trope that's happening in media. Like what happened with the vampire script I did recently that was totally Castlevania, and I was like, oh no. The whole thing. Anyway, thank you to Andy Oh My and Easy Kuro or Ez Kuro, however you let me know how you pronounce it. Thank you guys so much for the super chats on my audios. I really, really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Thank you guys so much. And also thank you to my patrons as always. And I hope you guys have a good day. I'm tired. Bye.